Have you ever felt this way? You have this fire inside you to achieve something big. You lay awake at night and dream about success. You visualize a better life in 4K resolution. But when the alarm rings and it's time to act, you delay. You hit snooze. You say, I'll start tomorrow. If you have ever been fiercely ambitious but struggle with being lazy, then you need to hear this. This isn't just a story. It's a wake-up call that might change how you see your life forever. Let me take you to a small, quiet town in the American heartland. Picture rolling hills, endless horizons, and the smell of fresh rain on asphalt. There lived a young guy named Caleb. Caleb was 25, that prime age where you feel like you can conquer the world. He was strong, healthy, and absolutely overflowing with dreams. He was the kind of guy who held court at the local diner telling his friends, just wait. One day I'm going to be the biggest landowner in this county. My fields are going to shine golden with crops. People will come from the city just to ask for my advice, and I'm going to be respected everywhere. Everyone in town admired Caleb's vision. He had the talk down perfectly, but there was one massive problem. Caleb was lazy. When the sun rose and the morning mist cleared, other farmers were already grinding in the fields. Caleb, he stayed in bed, scrolling through his thoughts. When the locals were out sweating under the hot midday sun, building their futures, Caleb sat on his porch with a cold drink, talking about his master plan. Even when neighbors needed help hauling water, Caleb would wave them off, saying, "Yeah, I'm going to get to that later." He had the blueprint for success, but zero execution. He loved the asterisk of the harvest, but he hated the dirt, the sweat, and the hard work required to get there. One evening, as the crickets started to chirp, Caleb's Uncle Ray stopped by. Ray was an old-school farmer. Calloused hands, wise eyes, no nonsense. He looked out at Caleb's empty field. The soil was rich, ready for greatness, but absolutely nothing was growing. He leaned on the fence and said, "Caleb, son, why is your land empty? You talk a big game about golden crops, but all I see out here is dry soil and wasted potential." Caleb just laughed it off, flashing that charming smile. "Uncle Ray, relax. Don't worry, I'm going to start tomorrow. Seriously, my field will be the best in the state. Just wait and see." The old man sighed. He'd heard the word tomorrow 1,000 times. He knew that tomorrow is the place where dreams go to die. So he decided to teach Caleb a lesson he wouldn't forget. Uncle Ray reached into his worn jacket pocket and pulled out 2 small canvas bags. He handed them to Caleb and lowered his voice. "Listen to me. These are not ordinary seeds. These are magic seeds. The first one," he said, holding up a small pouch, "is the ambition seed. If you plant it and water it every single day, it will grow into a magnificent tree that provides fruit, shade, and endless wealth." Ray paused, his expression darkening. "The second one is the laziness seed. If you plant it, it doesn't need much. It will grow fast, but be warned, it will spread weeds across your whole field. It will choke the life out of everything else. Now, Caleb, both seeds are in your hands. The future of your field and your life depends entirely on which one you care for." Caleb looked at the 2 bags, one for ambition, one for laziness. It seemed like a no-brainer. He thought, "Of course I will plant the ambition seed. I want the success, the money, the respect." But when the morning light hit his window, Caleb felt that heavy, comfortable weight of sleep. He rolled over and mumbled, "I'll plant it tomorrow." Days turned into weeks. Finally, just out of sheer boredom and guilt, he went out and planted both seeds in the dirt. He dusted off his hands and told himself, "Let's just see what happens. I can always take care of them later." Weeks went by. The season shifted. Caleb completely forgot about the seeds. He went back to his routine, sleeping in, gossiping at the diner, and dreaming about a success he hadn't earned. Then one day, he walked out to the field. He froze. He was shocked. The laziness seed had exploded. Thick, thorny weeds covered the soil, aggressive and ugly. They had spread everywhere, choking the land, suffocating the potential of the earth. And the ambition seed, Caleb had to search for it. It was weak, tiny, withered, and almost dying. Why? Because it had received no water, no attention, no care. Caleb's dream was turning into a nightmare right in front of his eyes. Just then, Uncle Ray returned. He stood beside Caleb, looking at the mess. "Caleb," he said softly, "look at your land. This isn't just dirt and weeds. This is your life. Ambition is like that small seed. It is fragile. It needs care, effort, and daily action. Without the grind, it dies. But laziness grows on its own. It spreads fast, it's easy, and it destroys everything in its path. My son, you wanted to be great, but your laziness has already stolen your future." The words hit Caleb like a physical blow. He fell to his knees in the dirt. He reached out and touched the dying ambition sprout, and tears filled his eyes. The reality finally crashed down on him. Dreams are not enough. Visualization is not enough. Only action keeps them alive. That night, Caleb couldn't sleep. The silence of the house felt loud. He thought about the wasted hours, the empty promises, the tomorrows that never came. He whispered into the dark, "If I don't change now, laziness will own me forever." The next morning, long before the sun even hinted at rising, Caleb woke up. He didn't hit snooze. He walked out into the dark field and started pulling. He ripped out the weeds with his bare hands. It was brutal. It hurt his back. His hands blistered and bled, but he kept going. He cleared the space. He hauled water to the tiny ambition seed. He protected it. He cared for it every single day, rain or shine. Slowly, painfully slowly at first, the seed responded. It grew into a strong sapling, then a trunk, and over the years, it became a massive, majestic tree that gave fruits, cool shade, and wealth beyond what Caleb had ever imagined. But the biggest change wasn't the tree. It was Caleb. He was no longer the guy who talked a big game. He was no longer lazy. He became a legend in that town, known not just as a rich farmer, but as the man who fought his own nature and won. Dear listener, Caleb's story isn't really about farming, is it? It's about you. It's about us. Every single one of us holds those two seeds inside our chest. One is ambition, one is laziness. Ambition asterisk, only asterisk grows if you feed it daily with effort, discipline, and relentless action. Laziness, it grows by itself the moment you stop trying, and it will ruthlessly destroy your dreams. So, if you are ambitious but find yourself stuck in the trap of being lazy, look at Caleb's field. Stop waiting for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a lie. Start today, right now. Water your ambition. Rip out the weeds of laziness before they take root, because the longer you wait, the more your dream dies. And hey, speaking of planting seeds, why not plant a little one right now by hitting that like button? It helps our channel grow strong and tall. If you enjoyed this story and want to level up your mindset, make sure to subscribe to Prime Motion and share this with a friend who has big dreams but needs that extra push. Together, let's pull the weeds and build the life we actually dream of.